Hello, my name is Julia Arnal and I'm a naturalist at Walter V. Jacobs Memorial Nature Park, which is one of Caddo Parish parks. Welcome to an introduction to acrylic painting program. We're going to paint a mountain lake today. This is the photograph that I picked. In fact, this is a place in Turkish Republic. It is on the Black Sea coast. It is called Artvin. So it's a mountain lake. Here is the lake and here is the forest. So we're going to work on reflections and painting a lake with the forest. And the paints that we're going to use are medium green, sap green, burnt umber, burnt sienna, raw sienna, titanium white, crimson red, yellow mid, ultramarine blue, and permanent black. The brushes that we're going to use are from bigger to smaller, a flat top 19 millimeter, angle 13 millimeter, number 8 filbert, and a liner. And we're going to use a canvas. It can be as big as you want. This is a smaller canvas that I picked. And get ready with your water and your napkins. And let's begin painting. Okay, I'm going to paint the sky. So I'm going to mix some gray, very little blue, and paint the sky. Yes. A little bit of yellow, black, white. It turned into dark gray. And then I added just a little bit of ultramarine and with white. So it's kind of grayish blue. It's kind of like this color. This color up here. Okay, here I mixed the sap green with burnt umber, and this is kind of nice darker green. I'm going to paint the pine trees in the background with that. this part. Brush. I'm using my number 2 flat brush, and I'm going to do the top of the pine trees. I'm using my liner. I'm going to continue using for the trees this mixture of sap green, burnt umber, and black. Very, very dark green. I'm making a pine tree tip on every tip I made here. Okay, now let's do these. Let's do the oranges and lighter greens, the ones in the front. These are deciduous ones. We're gonna mix, of course, yellow and red to make the orange. Different tones of orange, you know, you can add more yellow to make it lighter, or more red to make it darker. I'm going to try this Number 8. It's a free. It's a harder. I'm gonna just dab it kind of like this, the tip. And there are some lighter greens in front of these. I think I'm going to take the tree line down here to make the others. So I'm going to use sap green. Mix it with some white. Let's make it really light. I mix medium green, sap green and white to get a kind of green that I really like. I'm going to try. If I don't like it, I can always change it. Okay, I'm going to add black to this sap green, make it darker green just like the pine tree's green. I mix the sap green with burnt umber to make it really dark, so I can put the bottom, the dark shadows. Sap green and burnt umber. And if you want it darker, you can mix a little bit of black too, but it has to be really dark green at the bottom here. There are too many shadows. There's shadow. Number 8, filbert. To do some details of shadows on these trees, on these oranges and the ones in the front. There should be some darker and lighter parts. Let's begin with the darker parts. This very bottom. Let's put the darker parts first, and then we can touch with a thinner brush to the lighter parts. I'm going to use burnt sienna, which is a reddish brown, which is a nice brown. I'm going to do I'm going to put some darker parts on this one since it is reddish brown. Like this, of course. These are not bulky trees. I'm using this sky color again. I'm going to mix burnt umber and white to make this bottom of the underneath this tree line. There's a shadow part here. Okay, we're drawing this line here now, and then we're gonna do the shadows in the water. Okay, I'm gonna use my filbert, sap green, black and burnt umber mixture here. It's kind of like dark greenish brown. So these are all with the liner. Okay, let's put this tree first. There's a, again, a deciduous tree here, but it's brown. Let's make it, I'm using burnt sienna, the reddish brown first. Let's see how it goes. Okay, I'm going to make this tree here on this edge a little bit lighter. It's going to be rose sienna, this color. I'm going to use my liner, the thin brush, so I can do it pretty detailed. I'm going to add some yellow on this bigger brown tree to make, you know, we're going to do the lake. As you see, it is very dark green, almost as dark as these pine trees. So, we're going to mix sap green, black and brown, burnt umber. Sap green, burnt umber, and black. This is a very dark green. I'm using this medium green. That's how we did these lighter greens here. We mixed medium green with white, but now I don't need white because I don't really I'm just using this medium green, just mixing it with this wet paint that I have already put here. Always paint it sideways, that's how it looks like a reflection in the water. Here we will have some sky, so I'm gonna just, I didn't even do my brush. Okay, let's not get carried away. Let's see how this goes. Okay, just use pure white because it's already blending in. Make it like that with a wider brush. Use the watercolor again. This green that we did the water, a little bit of white on the tip, not too much paint. I'm barely touching my brush just to make this water lines. So I'm gonna use, it has to be a very thin line. I'm gonna just, first let me do the dark line, dark brown, burnt umber with black, dark brown. Let's do the water, and then I can touch a little bit of lighter colors as we are doing the water, because we're going to be doing the same colors with the water. I'm going to use number 8 filbert to do these blobs because it is round topped. It will be easier to make round top these with the round top brush. Okay, let's begin with these orange blotches, and then we can add these lighter greens in between. Let's prepare our orange, red and yellow. Okay, there is some here, so I'm gonna okay, let's put our greens. Now there are some lighter greens here. Same kind of green, which would be medium green, this. Right here. I'll just take that a little bit. Let's see how it looks. Maybe I should add some. It looks fine. You can add just a tad of white. More green than white, of course. Just a tad. We don't want it white, we want it greener, but lighter green so it is visible in the water. In between these two, there are greens. I'm going to add just a little very, very thin, light brown, kind of like whitish. I hope you enjoyed today's acrylic painting program. See you next time. Not white, but brown, very, very light brown. Some blob of paints there. To the edge, to make the water edge a little bit more visible. It's almost like white brown. On top of the black line, not at the bottom. I think this is good. I hope you enjoyed today's acrylic painting program. See you next time.